Hey guys, it's Rambo for Life here. Today I'm back with another video. I'm gonna be, reviewing season one of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Now, before, if you guys remember watching my channel, I did start doing like reaction videos. I started with Hunter x Hunter, and then later on I progressed. I started watching this show. I got only like what 2 episodes in at that time, but then I started getting these. I got a copyright strike and then a second one, so I deleted all my reaction videos and the playlist. So yeah, I stated in those videos that I'm just gonna watch it on my own, and I'm gonna just do reviews for it. For Hunter x Hunter, I'm gonna be reacting. I'm gonna just be watching all the episodes on my own, and when I finish a specific arc, then I'm going to be making videos reviewing that arc and what happened and what I feel about it. But for The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, it's a seasonal anime, so I can go by season 1, 2, and 3 or whatever. So I'm going to be reviewing season 1, and then I'm going to be reviewing season 2, which is the latest season they have out. Also, there's OVAs in between the seasons of season 1 and 2. I don't know how much it pertains to the actual story. I heard that OVA 1 and 2 are not necessary, but 3 to 5 are, so I'm gonna be watching 3 to 5 first, then I'm gonna be watching season 2. But yeah, I just finished season 1 yesterday, and I felt that I should do the review. Now, Hunter x Hunter, I haven't been really reacting to. There's another show I'm also watching, not an anime show, it's a separate show, so I've been usually going back and forth between this show and that, and I didn't have any time to watch Hunter x Hunter, because to be honest, for me, I felt that this show was a little more entertaining in my aspect than that, because that one was going slow and was taking time to build up, and I don't want to wait. So I was like, you know what, I might as well go through something faster and that's shorter, because this said most, I guess you could put around like 50 episodes, including the OVAs, whereas Hunter x Hunter, they have like over 140 episodes at this point, which is not that much compared to what I usually watch, but it is still quite a bit, so yeah. There's that. So now let's get into the review of season 1 of this show. Now, when it first opened, and if you guys saw my first and second video, I don't think you guys did, because I don't remember it really having any views on it. But in the first and second episode that I watched, I really enjoyed it. Right off the jump from the first episode, I was already engaged, so I knew this show was going to be entertaining, and it had an aspect that I personally like. I know some people don't like it because Izakayas are, there's a dozens of Izakayas, and a lot of people don't like them because of how formulaic the stories are, or how, I guess you could say, basic. A lot of people really trash on the isekai genre, saying it's, crappy and basic. For me personally, I don't mind. Obviously, I would want something that's more creative, like, Konosuba with Kazuma and stuff, because that's like more creative, or a Goblin Slayer with just focusing on goblins, or even what's the thing called, Rise of the Shield Hero, which I'm still gonna watch season 2 until when it comes out in in its English dub. I heard people saying it's not that good, but it's only been a couple of episodes, so I'm not gonna judge it too harshly. I mean, looking at Hunter x Hunter, I've been like, what, 14 episodes deep in, and I'm still like waiting for something entertaining to happen. So yeah, I'm not gonna judge it based off of that. But yeah, the isekai stuff, a lot of people don't like them simply because of how, I don't know, I guess it's just, it's when there's some abundance of something, it becomes less special and people start to care about it less. So when you see countless isekais, a lot of people start to be like, I don't give a crap, they're all the same. So I can understand that sentiment, but for me personally, I like it. I like the fantasy medieval aspect, where we have different monsters from like fantasy stories such as goblins, trolls, orcs, wizards, and stuff like that. I really enjoy that aspect of the magical side of things, and I really love that. There's countless shows that I watched that have been just either isekais, or stories at the time period of like medieval time with these weird time events. So I genuinely like those stories. I know a lot of people don't, but personally I find them entertaining, especially the isekai parts, because you can watch, there's shows that have fantasy elements or just a fantasy anime that aren't isekais, because isekais are basically classified as a character dies, gets transported to another world and becomes a hero, or it's like a game world. And I personally like that. I like the aspect of the games because we get to see these characters literally level up, unlock new skills and abilities. You get to see little homages and little hints to other games and how they work, and I just like it personally. I love playing RPGs. That's my favorite type of games, playing RPGs, JRPGs. I play all of them. So when I see an anime that emulates that, it's like it's a game type, it's a type of game that I love, and then it's also built into anime, so I'm gonna extra like it. So yeah, once again, I get a lot of people are not gonna like it, but I personally like it. And I'm saying this because for an isekai to be considered good for a lot of people, they can't just be run-of-the-mill type of isekai where they're just like, the same. A lot of people prefer it to be a little more creative. That's why Rise of the Shield Hero got a lot of praise. That's why Konosuba is very loved, because they're more unique. They're not just, oh, we're transported to the world, I'm a hero now, let me do this. I was a loser my whole life, now that. And I do like creativity and going different directions. Obviously, that's the best thing to do. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me personally, even though I would prefer that, I don't mind if they don't. And the reason I say that is because this show, if I'm being honest, though I really enjoy it, I will admit, if anybody has a criticism, this will be the most fair criticism they can use about it, is that it's not really breaking the mold when it comes to isekais. It's basically run-of-the-mill, just note by note. Yeah, they have some changes different than others, but it's very, step by step the same as all the other ones. So I can see why a lot of people might not like it from that aspect, because if you don't like isekais in general, especially if it's like basic ones, and you want something to be creative, you're not going to really like this show. I mean, you might, but if you don't like those elements, you're probably not going to like this one, because for me personally, like I said, I had no problem with it. So for people that do have a problem with it, they're probably not going to be okay with, just it being the same as the other ones, because they're going to be like, what was the difference? So I get that aspect, because there's nothing they're doing that's far different. I guess maybe him being a weaker creature like a slime and then becoming insanely OP in his universe, that's more, fun and entertaining, but there's really nothing special about it. He's not doing anything different. There's comedy aspects, but it's not like Konosuba level of comedy. So yeah, there's that. The story itself, I do enjoy. The one thing that I really love about these stories is the world building, and I love the world in this story. And it did start a little bit different. Now, when it started off, he was protecting his friend. He gets stabbed. He dies. I don't know why the guy just attacked him for no reason. Or was trying to attack his friend for no reason. But he gets stabbed. He dies. He gets transported. He gets into the weakest creature, a slime. Usually, they get transported into like a human being or at least somebody like a strong creature naturally. But he started off as a slime. And if you know any of because they're not really prevalent in regular RPG games. If you play Japanese RPG games, you would see these slime characters a lot, especially in Dragon Quest, and they're usually level 1 characters. They can get stronger, but those are the big ones. He would be more of the basic, first level character that you would go into fields and wipe out countless of them just to gain certain amounts of XP, and it goes lower and lower. But in this case, they flipped the script and made it, he's a slime, he's weak, but he also has abilities that will make him surpass any weakness he might have with these abilities. And it's crazy. His biggest ability is his predator ability, where he jumps on somebody and then he devours it. But I absolutely love that aspect because it's showing him leveling up in a different way. Other ones where they do level up is through a number system, like in normal games you see them level 1 to 10. This one you're seeing him evolve through absorbing them. So I always like that. I think that's cool, like, because now every time I see a monster or a character he's fighting, I'm just like, kill him and absorb him. I want to see what you can do now with their power. That's always cool to me. And I know a lot of people also hate overpowered characters and don't want OP characters. That's one of the reasons people don't like Dragon Ball too much. They're like, oh, it's too much, oh, this character's getting stronger, that character's getting stronger, this character's getting stronger. So they get sick and tired of that. But for me personally, I enjoy that. I love seeing the progression of these characters getting stronger, especially even if they get into OP, as long as they have some interesting stuff. And they handled it very well in this show. Obviously, there are some enemies that he can't beat, like the demon girl, Millamine. She comes in, she's barely even going off on this guy, and she has like 10 times his power. He even stated she's 10 times stronger than me, and she was holding back too. So he is powerful, but he's not the most powerful, and he's just an enjoyable character. Obviously, he doesn't do anything special. He's just the type of character that does good stuff for the sake of being good. But for me personally, I don't mind that. I don't need my character to be cynical or very in-depth and to be like, oh my god, they have to have a reason for doing good. Let's be honest, in real life, most people don't really need a reason to be good. Most people do something good because deep down inside, they personally don't like bad stuff. Like, I've seen a lot of people that get disgusted by more, like, I guess, horrific acts. So it's just naturally built into some people. Some people are more horrible people. Some people are naturally more good people. So I was like, I'm not gonna ever complain about something like that. Like, oh, why isn't this character have a very deep backstory to why is he good? Like, do you need a reason for somebody to be good? For me, when I hear that, I think like, are people that much of a piece of shit in real life that they need a reason to be good? They can't just genuinely be good just for no reason. So like, he's just a genuinely good dude. Though I will say, I do not like that aspect of him being the, the weird otaku shut-in where he's like, he said I'm 37 and I'm a virgin. I'm just like, they always do this where like, I never talked to a girl, now I want to be in this world. It's just like, can't you just make them a normal dude? I get it that you want to be like, oh, they were a loser in their old life, and now in this world, they're the hero, they're the cool guy, they have this and that. But it's like, do you have to make them a complete loser? Like, do you have to go to the extremes? You could make them like, okay, their life wasn't that good, they had some problems, but they were still living a normal life. But usually they were like, no, they had the worst, they were shit, they had nothing, they had nobody, they were desperate, they were pathetic, and now their lives are good. Like, that shit is ridiculous to me. But yeah, I do love the fighting and stuff, the different monsters. Though I will say the enemies, the demon lords, really have no point in what they're doing. Simply, they're doing what they're doing just for fun and to have a fight. What they do is basically create other demon lords. And then one big part of the story was there was an orc that was dying, and this guy named who was considered a Majin, which is basically I don't know what type of race they are, but they work under like demons and demon lords, and they basically are set up to create new demon lords. And he set up this one orc, the orc king, to become this demon lord, which was eating other people and eating other orcs to get him stronger. And he did become a demon lord, but it got destroyed by Rimuru, the main character. So he got defeated, and yeah, so like that's the whole point is they create them. Why do they create the demon lords? They want to have fun, they want to fight, that's it. They're so powerful and OP in their own universe that they don't really see challenges, so they just fight for entertainment, which is, like I said, I have no problem with more basic type of rating characters. I absolutely love Goku, and he's one of those basic type of characters, but I will admit that these villains have really no point. Like, what the hell is the point? Your point is, I'm evil for this. I'm doing this crazy shit just for the sake of a fight. Like, that's kind of lame to me. It's like they have no real purpose. So like in other like animes, especially other isekais, when they do have a threat, that threat has a reason or a purpose. These guys have no real reason or purpose besides I want a good fight because I'm so damn OP, I'm bored. So it's like, yeah, I don't really like that, but I do love the world building aspect. Like Rimuru created that whole town and stuff. It went from like a crappy goblin village to building up a little more. It got better. It was looking more like, basic level. And it was just like him leveling up the town. Now it's an actual town. We did see the humans kingdom, and it looks far more advanced, but obviously they've been around way longer, and they've had all these tricks of the trade for a lot longer than the goblins. But he will keep on, upgrading the city, and it'll get better. So not only we're seeing him leveling up, we're seeing also the other characters level up, and we're seeing the city level up. So that I also like, and I just like the world building with like all the characters and the monsters and getting together. And it's just a good happy show. It has some crazy moments, but it's just a show for fun. Personally, there's a couple of things that I would say that I don't like, because I do love a lot of stuff, but there's some stuff I don't like. Like I said, I don't like the demon lords. They have real no purpose. They just want to start shit just so they can have a good fight because they're so OP. What's the thing called? The way that a lot of the characters level up is kind of dumb. In other shows, the way characters level up is by training, or in isekais fighting monsters to level up like in a video game. Whereas in this one, it's giving people names, give them these insane upgrades, and then they evolve and shit like Pokemon. And I think it's cool, but also kind of lame. Is like they're not really putting any effort to them obtain these new abilities. They either randomly get these new abilities out of nowhere, like, off screen and just get it, or it's because he gave them a name and they evolved. And it's just like, I didn't get that aspect that giving a name has that much power in this universe and it drains him heavily. And it just felt dumb to me that they don't get power boosts from, fighting monsters and gaining XP or doing quests and stuff, or just, training. They get it from simply, getting a name, which I always thought, I think that's still kind of dumb. Did you just get a name and that's it? Also, the last episode, the last one, like episode 24, I didn't really care too much about. It was a backstory about this demon and stuff, and this character called Shizu, which she's also a big prevalent part in the story, where she's a human that was summoned there. There's summons, and there's people that are dying come there. The summons are basically, they get selected to get targeted there, but they have such an abundance of energy that they die within like 5 years, unless they have like a spirit in them, which they were trying to put it in later on, which I thought was cool. Yeah, she was very important, and then she went crazy. She couldn't hold back the spirit. he stopped it, and then he absorbed her, and I think that's how he got his physical appearance of her. I think all the characters are entertaining, though I will say the cast is huge. It got very big fast in one season. There's like at least like almost like around like 20, 30, I would say. If I'm really shooting, maybe 50 characters that they put in this. They really were hamming it up quickly, so I don't know how many characters they're going to be putting in this show. But I think they've done them all well. They're very entertaining. I enjoy all the characters. I like seeing the world building and leveling up. Everything is just very entertaining for me per se. This first season was a really big hit for me. There's only minor stuff that I didn't like, but for the most part I did like. Though I will say, for the next season, I do hope that they make the villains, the demon lords, a little more special and not just fighting for that. There should be a reasoning for what they're doing, and I want there to be more of a backstory on that aspect. But I do love seeing level up. I love seeing the characters. I just love the world, everything about it. The whole, fantasy element, seeing these different races, seeing the town getting built up. All that stuff I think is very interesting, and I think they're doing it in a very intricate way. Also, I do like the fact that he wants to carry out the wishes of Shizu after he absorbed her and made a deal with her. She said, "Oh, meet the demon lord that put the spirit in her." So he has to go up to him, and I guess he's gonna have to fight him. So I think they're gonna focus on that more in season 2. Also, she was a teacher and taking care of these summons that were only gonna live for 5 years, and now he's teaching them. He puts spirits in them to save their life. So now I want to see his aspect of that. I do think that that's also a clever way to handle the story, is basically have him be a teacher and teach these students and evolve through that. So that's also going to be very interesting. So I can't wait for season 2. That's going to be great. I'm going to be covering the OVAs in the beginning of my season 2 review, and then that, and I'll try to finish this show first, then I'll hop to Hunter x Hunter and then try to get those out. Hopefully it does get more entertaining on Hunter x Hunter. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know if I'm gonna be uploading another video today. I might be. I'm working on some couple big projects. It's gonna take some time. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoyed.